Hi guys, my name's Rick. I work at Line 6 in the support department, and today I'm going to take you through a tutorial on how to optimize your Windows Vista PC for audio recording and playback. We get a lot of posts on our forums, a lot of discussions about choppy playback, pops and clicks, things like that. And we do our best as reps to respond to those threads with some tips on optimization. But if you're like me, a visual person, I'd rather watch a video than really read a document. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of tweaks. I'm going to take you through the first of several, actually. I think I'm going to break this tutorial up in parts, and this will be part one. So what we're going to do in part one of this tutorial is I'm going to show you guys how to disable user account control. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. We'll get into it. I'm going to show you guys how to disable your onboard or add-in sound card. And if you're using a Line 6 device as your sound card, you don't need the onboard sound card. So we're going to disable that. And we're also going to turn off Windows system sounds. And we're also going to turn off visual effects in Vista. So those are the four things I'm going to take you through first in this part one, and then in future parts we'll do some other tweaks. So the first thing that we're going to disable is user account control, and actually I'm not going to disable it because it requires a restart to do that. And I sort of like user account control because it sort of makes me really second guess my actions before I do them. But if you prefer to disable user account control, you can do that. And for those of you who don't know what user account control is, it's that little message that Vista always gives you before you do any, or when you attempt to do any action in Vista. It's basically that message that says, are you sure you want to do this? It takes up resources. It could affect audio playback. It could affect performance. So I'm going to show you guys right now how to disable that. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to click on this little Microsoft icon here in the bottom left corner, and we're going to go to our control panel. And then we're going to go to administrative tools right here. If you don't see this view, these icons, you might be in a different view. So you can actually just click up here to change that view. So we're going to click on administrative tools. All right. And then we're going to go down to system configuration. And ironically enough, here's user account control. This is what I'm talking about. This is the little message that says Windows needs your permission to continue. So let's go ahead and continue. We know what we're doing. And this is the system configuration window. And you'll see a few tabs in here. We want to click on the Tools tab. And we want to scroll down until we see Disable UAC, sorry. So when you want to disable it, you want to highlight it. You want to click on this launch button, and you want to click OK. This requires a reboot, which is one of the reasons why I'm not going to do it right now. The other being I sort of like this option, believe it or not. But if you prefer to disable it, by all means, feel free, disable it. So that's the user account control, and that's how to disable it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to disable our onboard or add-in sound card. So what I'm going to do now is close out of the control panel. I'm going to click on this little Microsoft icon again, and I'm going to scroll up to computer. Quickest way to get to your device manager, right-click on computer and go to manage. Here's the UAC. We'll click continue. Okay, so here's our computer management window. On the left-hand side, we want to click on device manager, and then we want to click on sound, video, and game controllers. I'm using the Pod X3 to record the tutorial. That's our main sound card right now. The built-in sound card is this high-definition audio device. I want to highlight it, right-click on it, and disable it. We're going to want to click yes. And we are disabled. So that's how you disable your onboard or add-in sound card. Very simple. You just go to Device Manager, right-click, and disable. Let's close out of the computer management window. And let's go ahead and turn off Windows system sounds. So what we're going to want to do is go back to the control panel. Windows system sounds, all the beeps, all the sounds that the operating system makes when you click on things. So if you're recording audio, you may not need these. They do take up resources, so we're going to disable them. So let's go to the control panel and let's go to sound. Let's click on the sounds tab. And I have already set mine to no sounds, but if you haven't turned it off yet, you might see this, the Windows default. So to turn it off, just click on no sounds, click apply, click OK, and that's how you turn off Windows system sounds. It's just another tweak that you can make in Vista that saves some resources for recording. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do in this part 1 tutorial is turn off visual effects in Vista. And visual effects, make the interface, make the operating system look pretty, but they can also utilize precious resources for when you're recording. So if you're okay with having it look sort of rigid, your operating system and the visual effects looking kind of rigid and boring, but getting great recordings with no choppy playback, no pops and clicks, you're going to want to turn this off. So we're going to stay in Control Panel. We're going to go to System. And over here on the left-hand side under Tasks, we're going to click on Advanced System Settings. Okay. And in the Advanced tab, under Performance, we're going to click on Settings. And you want to click on Adjust for Best Performance. It turns off all of this stuff. I was defaulted to let Windows choose what's best for my computer. You have Adjust for Best Appearance. In our case, we want Adjust for Best Performance. You can also click Custom and probably just choose what you want on here. That's fine. But if you want to just make sure you have the most resources saved for your audio recording, you want to click on Adjust for Best Performance. So let's apply that, and let's watch Windows just turn into a rigid, boring, old mess. That's okay. We're still recording. Okay. All right, so those are the first of many tweaks that you can do in Windows Vista. Part 1 of this tutorial. I'll be doing part 2 and part 3 and as many parts as we need to get through all of the tweaks that you can do for optimizing your PC, specifically your Vista PC for recording. So make sure you watch all the parts in the series, and I'll catch up with you guys pretty soon. Thanks.